Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm EG69 and welcome back to channel. Today we're going to be looking at a new tank, the Vulcan. You all knew it was coming. It is a Chronicles SEGA tank, fake tank. Yes, before you say, I know it's a fake tank, but really, who cares? Who cares if it's fake? If it's good, I'm going to buy it. So let's just look at the stats. The armor is okay. I mean, the turret 155, side of the turret 100, the rear 60, and the hull 160 on the front, 100 on the sides, and 40 on the rear. 271.2 view range, and it's got a 1900 damage per minute, which isn't so bad for a tier 7 heavy tank. Reload 10.9, which basically 11 seconds. The penetration 180 millimeters of AP pen, 220 millimeters of APCR, and 60 on your HE. And it is 110 millimeters, so it carries a 350 alpha shot. 290 on your APCR and 420 on your HE. Aim time is a bit high at 4.9, and the dispersion isn't the greatest at 0.398, but the dispersion doesn't feel too bad when you are playing it. It's a hit and miss, really. Sometimes you can have those shots that, wow, that hit, and sometimes, what, why didn't that hit? 6 degrees of gun depression, which is nothing really, not that great, but it does go 36 kilometers per hour. So the speed's okay, the armor's okay, the gun depression sucks. I mean, the gun's okay. If it had a little bit more gun depression, I think this tank would be really, really good. As it stands, it's not bad. It's not a bad tank, or it's not a good tank. And for that reason, I'm probably most likely, well, I'm not most likely, I'm not going to purchase this tank. Because it's the kind of tank that is, I'll play it. If I buy it, I will play it until I ace it. And once I've aced it, I'll probably never play it again. I mean, the Edelweiss and the Nameless and tanks like that, I don't play no more. I own them. I mean, they're good tanks, but I just don't play them. And this will be the same for this tank. I mean, it's not a bad tank by all means, and if you are a collector of these tanks, then by all means buy the tank. I'm not sure how much the tank is coming for. I mean, by the time you watch this video, you'll probably know how much it is. I'm guessing it will be for money, as they are teaming up with Sega again, along with the Nameless, Edelweiss, Lupus, etc. All them. A lot of people will moan because it's a fake tank, and a lot of people do like to moan because of fake tanks. But to be honest, I really don't give a crap if it's made up, fake, whatever, blueprinted. I don't care. If the tank's a good tank, then I will buy it regardless. If it's got a gun, I'm gonna buy it if it's a good tank. But this, I just don't feel it's good enough. I don't think it's good enough for me to buy. And I'm not saying I want the tank to be OP to buy it. I don't want it to be OP, and premium shouldn't be OP. But I just think that it's not going to be that enjoyable to play, and that's really the only reason that I'm not going to buy the tank. I used to be a collector back in the day. I used to just buy everything, but now I've sort of got out of that habit of just buying tanks. If there's a tank in the garage, I'm just gonna in the store, I'm just gonna buy it. I've got out of that, and I'm quite sensible now. I only buy tanks if I know that I'm going to enjoy the tanks. Unless it's a lower tier tank, like tier 3, tier 4. Usually if a new tier 3 or tier 4 or even tier 2 comes, I just buy it straight away because it's cheap. They're cheap. So credit-wise, I don't think it earns much credits. I mean, I've played it for a few battles now. I don't think it's great as a credit earner. I don't really, maybe because I've had to shoot some APCR, I really don't know, but it doesn't seem to be a credit earner. This tank is a premium. It's not a collectible. It is a premium tank, so it shouldn't get nerfed. It won't, I mean, it won't need to get nerfed because it's not OP at all. So we're going to look at the armor profile after this battle just for a couple of minutes, just to show you that, in fact, if you can, it's an ugly tank. Don't get me wrong, the tank is ugly, and I hate the look of it. But I mean, look at all these side skirts and all that. These are all spaced armor. That's all spaced armor. So you can get bounces in the shot, even though, as I've said at the beginning, the armor is okay. It's not the best, but you'll definitely get some bounces in this tank, regardless of what the armor is, of who's shooting you. You're going to get some bounces, but you can't just rely on that armor, because your armor's not good enough to rely on. I mean, it's no EXP or M6 one, the one that's on the enemy team at the moment, just in front of me. It's nothing like that. So armor is okay, gun is okay, speed is okay. I mean, really the only downfall for me is that gun depression, 6 degrees of gun depression. If this had 8 degrees of gun depression, I would probably buy the tank. It would be a lot better. You can poke those ridges. You can get that armor up by using the ridge lines and using the gun depression. But with 6 degrees of gun depression, it isn't the greatest. So this battle, I think this battle is quite funny. So it is supremacy, and the enemy have already capped base B, the housing on the enemy team. Now, there's a housing in the middle. There's the M6 A2E1 that is also in front of me. There's a Cromwell B, AMX up on the castle. There's an 88 in the TD spot, and there's also a KV2 right in the corner of the map, which we are going to spot very soon. So we get that shot on the housing. I mean, my team, I don't really know what these two heavies are doing. I mean, the KV2 and the STRV, I have no idea what they are doing. And for some reason, they just do not want to leave spawn. And they're going to stay there pretty much for the whole game. Now, we've only done 900 damage so far. We tracked that M6A2E1, and we've bounced so far 310 damage, but with 3 tanks down. So already this battle seems an impossible task to win. So we're going to get a shot now on the Cromwell, but we do miss, and we are getting shot, I think, from the AT. So we need to back up a little bit. We do really want to help our LTTB, because he's the only one up there that's actually trying to do something. And there's only 4 of us left, so there's only me, him, and the 2 guys in spawn doing nothing. So I really do want to take that Cromwell out, and I do get that nice shot in the Cromwell, but unfortunately the AMX takes out the LTTB. So it's now 3 against 6. Now, I didn't want to cap this base because of that M6 that was really stopping me. And as I poke forward, we now open up the KV2 that's just been sat in that corner doing absolutely nothing all game. I don't know why. I don't know why he's now looking. We are going to switch to the APCR just to guarantee the pen. We do put him down to a 1 shot, and now we need to back up because of that M6, and we don't really want to be shot from him. Still, our KV2 takes out the AMX, even though they are sitting in spawn. He does take them out, and now we're getting some troll bounces. We really want to take care of the KV2 because he can do big damage. So we've brought it down to a 3-on-4. So we know that this M6 is in front of us. We know that the 88 is to the left of us somewhere, and there's still 2 other tanks that are not spotted at the moment. So we're going to try and deal with this 88. And I mean, shots like that, I mean, the hatch shot from that distance is not bad. And then we get a bounce from the M6. So we really want to take care of the 88 because he's the one that is in the open. Another bounce there, and I think we are going to get penned from the M6. So we bring the 88 down to a 1 shot. I mean, 2,600 damage is still not a bad game, and we've blocked 1,300 damage. So 1,306 damage we've blocked, and we've got actually 1,380 hit points. So we've already bounced. I mean, we think we're going to bounce at least 1 more, I think. So we've bounced our entire hit point pool at the moment. So we do take out the 88, and now I just need to rush this guy because the enemy are now capping A. They've got cap B, and we need to. It's 2 against 3. We do take out this M6, and it's just me and the STRV. Now, I'm hoping that the STRV comes and sits in base B because we need to get a base. Now, I was going to head towards base A or base B, but then I thought I'm going to gain more points taking out the housing. If I die, I die, but we really need to take him out. And luckily, he does get us, but he leaves us on 18 hit points. So now There's 2 bases. There is a full hit point Tiger P left. And at this point I thought, you know, the only way we're going to have a chance of winning this is if this STRB sits in base B, which I thought, great, he's going there. And then I'm thinking, well, why is it not capping? And he just goes straight through the cap. Straight through the cap. Like, dude, what are you doing? But look what just happened. The Tiger P kills himself. He was full hit points against 2 one-shots. I mean, we didn't even have 100 hit points between us. And he drowned himself. So very good battle, very enjoyable battle there. 3,500 damage, only 52,000 credits, and only a first class and 5 kills. Like, who the hell is playing this tank? I'm playing this tank a day before it's released. Who the hell is playing this tank? I don't know. But we're going to take a look quickly at the armor profile itself. So we're going to look at Blitz Hanger to look at the armor profile, and you can already see how much pink there is. That's all spaced armor, and it's everywhere. Apart from the rear, I mean the side skirts on the tracks, the side bits on the turret, the front bit. This is all spaced armor. The bottom plate, if you're looking directly at it, you're looking at around 160, but 205 effective armor. And again, if you're going to start angling that, putting it up, it's going to get the bottom plate's actually going to get weaker. But as soon as you start angling it, you can see 258 millimeters of effective armor, and again, all up the top here is all spaced armor. So the armor wise, because of all that spaced armor, it's not bad. It really isn't bad. The rear, I mean the side, your side plates is nothing. You still can't get HE'd from the side, which is good, but as soon as you turn from the rear, you've only got 40 millimeters of armor on the rear. So definitely is not a tank to for people to get behind. Make sure you've always faced the tank, and you can just see without the spaced armor here, you've got good armor. You've actually got, I mean, 160 mil, but effective is 231. So armor wise, it's nice armor. It's nice armor. You will get them bounces, but for me, it's just not good enough for me to buy. I think it just needs that extra bit of gun depression. I think 6 degrees, I don't reckon is enough. I mean, give it 8 degrees. Maybe even with 8 degrees, it might make the tank really, really good. So, but with 6 degrees, I just don't think it's good enough for me to buy, and not because it's not good enough. And I mean, I don't want the tank to be OP in any way, and I'm not saying that I'm not going to buy the tank because it's not OP. The real reason I'm not going to buy the tank is just because I know for a fact that give it 2 days, I'm going to get bored. I'm going to get bored of the tank and I'm never going to play it again. So for me, it's just a waste of money. For you, you might enjoy the tank, and by all means, you're getting a fairly decent tank. So that is basically it, guys. If you are going to get it, good luck in the tank. If you're not, then there's plenty of other tanks to buy, probably for around the same money. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Goodbye.